I do not own the rights to this video. Fan on in the background, y'all. So yeah, let's get into this video.
July in 2019. So early July in 2019, I decided to hire a publicist by the name of Elton. Everything fell into place perfectly because this was right around the time that I was hosting my viewing party for episode 5, season 8 with Cece, and I invited the ladies, and I had just brought on Elton. And so then Elton took over the media coverage as well as introducing me to different outlets for possible potential interview.
Okay, so that was CC. Miss OG talking, obviously. It's her IG. There was CC that y'all saw in that yellow dress. And yeah, talking about her publicist and explaining some tea, darling. Darling. Tired.
Was a blogger by the name of V, who happened to come to my Hooters event since it was open to the public. Because she was an alleged friend of Elton's as well as a colleague, I obviously treated her with respect and definitely honored all of her requests to do interviews. And so later on down the line, Elton pulled me aside and told me she really wanted to do a separate interview at the place of her employment, which at the time was a place called AfterBuzz. Now, I'm going to be honest, I did have...
Yeah, I know AfterBuzz. I'm subscribed to AfterBuzz. I know of AfterBuzz, yes. Y'all saw the little arrow that she pointed to the person that begged her to do an interview. Let's find out more.
To AfterBuzz, just because of the way I saw the girl moving at my event. She seemed a little overzealous and really eager to be overly involved with myself, my cast members, and was just doing a lot more than the other media outlets.
Can I please get the interview? Please, please, please talk to me. Please let me get the interview. Please, please, please.
Red flag that I probably should have paid attention to in the beginning. Nevertheless, we scheduled the AfterBuzz interview at the end of July, and I did it. After the interview was complete, I was waiting outside for my valet with my publicist. So here's where it started to get weird. We're standing outside, I'm waiting for my valet, and the blogger comes up and starts asking me how I can get her and her friend on the show. Now, I explained to her that I don't do...
Let me rewind that back.
AfterBuzz, just because of the way I saw the girl moving at my event. She seemed a little overzealous and really eager to be overly involved with myself, my cast members, and was just doing a lot more than the other media outlets. So that was definitely a red flag that I probably should have paid attention to in the beginning. Nevertheless, we scheduled the AfterBuzz interview at the end of July, and I did it. After the interview was complete, I was waiting outside for my valet with my publicist. So here's where it started to get weird. We're standing outside, I'm waiting for my valet, and the blogger comes up and starts asking me how I can get her and her friend on the show. Now, I explained to her that I don't do stuff like that simply because of the situation that I was currently in. I'm not the best referral. It was a respectful, I don't do that, no thank you. She continued to be extremely persistent and telling me that I gotta just hear her out, hear her friend out. She's got all this tea on one of my cast members. Again, I told the girl, I'm good. I don't get down like that. No, thank you. She then started to beg and say, please, OG, you don't even understand. Like, you gotta hear us. We from Memphis. We not from here. Like, we do.
Memphis. Who else from Memphis on the show?
Things different, blah, blah, blah. I listened to her nicely. She then called her friend and put the girl on speaker and again was like, please just hear us out, just hear us out. I said, okay, fine. The girl jumps on the call. The girl proceeds to start talking shit about one of my cast members. The girl then starts telling us how she used to date this girl's baby's dad, and she fought the girl, and she's got all this tea on the girl, blase, blase. I told the girl, cool. I laughed at some of the stuff she said because it was funny, and I literally told her, I don't get down like that. I'm not going to give another person a storyline. If you want to get on the show, you're more than welcome to try it on your own, but I'm not going to be the best referral because I'm just trying to go to work and come home. That was it. Respectfully, I told them no. I gave them every single logical reason why it was better for them to try to make a go at it on their own, and they just simply would not take no for an answer. So fast forward to October of 2020. We've got production now in full swing. We're back at it, shooting through the pandemic, and I receive a phone call from a number that I was not familiar with. Because we have so many moving parts, I answered the call thinking it was going to be someone from network or production or whatever. It's the girl who dated the cast member's baby's dad. She announces herself. We start talking. She starts expressing to me all of her questions and concerns about the show. I said to her, you should not have lied and said you knew me. However, now that you're on the show, congratulations, and let's get you acclimated. Still being nice. Ugh, I can't even believe it, but still being nice, okay? I didn't think that she lied the way she lied to get on the show. So as time progressed, the truth started slowly unraveling that she told the network and production that we were friends. And she also lied and said that I tried to recruit her to come on the show to align herself with me to help go against the cast member who's the baby moms of that player who was her ex.
Phoebe.
All of which is an egregious lie.
Egregious.
I never reached out to this girl. I never asked her to do shit. I did not know this girl or her sister. So as God would have it, here is how their plot against me came to light. In the middle of shooting, I receive a text message from none other than my former publicist, Elton. I say former respectfully because our contract ended at the top of COVID and I simply did not renew my contract. So moving forward, I get a text message from Elton giving me the heads up that these sisters are plotting some type of drama with that blogger. Naturally, I'm like, what drama? I just met these girls. Keep in mind, I had not talked to Elton for a while. So I was extremely grateful that he was giving me the heads up when he gave me the heads up, because we were literally in the middle of a scene when I saw this text message. I decided to ask the sister who is dating, or it was dating, whatever her story was, the ex of the current cast member. And she was baffled. She played stupid. She acted like she had no idea what was going on. And I left it at that. It wasn't until the next day I started to piece things together. And then it dawned on me, how the hell did this girl get my number? So I started reaching out to cast and crew to get to the bottom of how this girl was able to get my personal number to call me and to even initiate a conversation prior to us coming to the mansion. As soon as I started asking the probing questions I had to both my production team as well as the girl who called me, later that night, I received 2 text messages from the girl with screenshots from the 2 producers that had asked her how she knew me. And I was still being very nice and cordial because I just figured, okay, she made one mistake by lying on me, but I'm not going to write her off just yet. Because I showed her the text in the moment when it was happening, and she claimed to not know what was going on between Elton and V, I gave her the benefit of the doubt. I responded to her nicely. I gave her a small bit of advice, which was, to simply just keep anything about the show close to the vest. Don't reveal anything to people that have nothing to do with the show. As well as, since she said it was nothing, I laughed and I said, okay, cool, so it was nothing. Now, another part of the problem was no one thought or had the respect to ask me if I knew her. Nobody fact-checked. Nobody cited any sources. Nobody checked any references to figure out if she was even telling the truth to begin with. And that's what's so crazy. Y'all believe anything somebody tells you that could be really detrimental and put people in really fucked up situations, and you don't even think twice about doing it. So in the end, this is why I don't vibe with those sisters. They're liars, they're clout chasers, and quite frankly,
And truly, just to sorry to stop it, but truly just to as far as her talking about no fact checking and all that, it's truly just a way to ruin OG as well. Let's continue. It's almost done.
what they choose to do, go buy yourself 1,000 billboards. I don't give a flying fuck. Just keep my name out of your mouth.
Alright. So it's over with, but now she says here are the text messages from Clout Sister number 1 to me. Screenshot she sent number 1 producer text her asking how she knows me. Screenshot number 2, another producer asking her via text how she knows me. Screenshot number 3, text she sent the stalker blogger V when I confronted her at the mansion off camera. Stalker blogger was in on the setup. Excuse me. Ciao. It says, hey boom. Thank you for all of the great content over the past 2 days. How/when did you meet OG? The summary of 1 in the scenes data, you're excited to see OG. Then, I'm assuming Nia said, I met her once through one of my friends last year. Then the producer was like, okay, copy. That's screenshot number 1. Said, hey girl, we headed there now. The producer said, call me. She was like, what's going on? Nothing much. Was calling back. Been working crazy. Wow. All these text messages, all these screenshots, all this stuff OG has saved. I'm sure y'all have seen it on OG's Instagram, of course. His videos, I'm not going to go through every single one of these text messages. I don't want this video to be too long. But yeah. What OG said ended up being true too. My God. No wonder. And still she was kind of, she started off kind of nice. No wonder. she was coming off a certain kind of way to the sisters. Because, I have to be honest. There was a part of me that was just like, dang, OG, why is you so defensive and acting up and all that kind of stuff? It was a small part of me. But then, y'all, my lovely subscribers let me know, hey, Chase, you forgot the show edited, right? I was like, is it? It can't be. Yes, I did, actually. And listen, whoever the person is, they're actually saying it. Whatever they're doing, they're actually doing it. But you can arrange it. You can put them clips together a certain kind of way and give the narrative that is something else going on when it's because of this. You can just see me cussing somebody out, but you don't see what they did. They can arrange it as to where they're just, they could like at those reunion shows, especially with Basketball Wives, child. Audience be laughing and clapping at stuff that's not funny or not clap worthy or don't deserve a certain kind of facial expression. And people be asking, "Oh, what kind of dog you got?" Here come the audience. Is that the right expression for that question? No. So, shoot, no wonder she don't be bothered with them sisters. My God. And to do all that for what? Just to get on Basketball Wives? A show that's sinking? And what also made me be like, okay, well, this stuff must be true. It's all alleged, but it must be true. Because Phoebe, and I don't even do Phoebe, but Phoebe on the last episode of Basketball Wives straight up asked Nia, what you doing here? Who are you? Like, why did you send me these messages and blah 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 blah? And Nia lied, did. Sitting there shaking, shivering in her boots. And you see the sister was ready to pounce when it came to OG. But when it came to Phoebe, the other sister, Noria, she sat back and didn't say nothing. They all sitting there looking like, they about to get a whooping from their parents from doing something. That told me too. I was like, oh, okay. Alright. OG, she has dropped many of receipts. I'm not going through all this because this video will be 4 hours long and I still gotta go to sleep for work tomorrow. But OG is giving the people pure hell on IG. She's exposing everything and everybody. Let's see. Like this here. It says, and she posted, in 2019 I hired a new publicist, Elton. Love him. He introduced me to the vlogger / fan of the show who wanted an interview. I had hesitation, but eventually I agreed to do the interview. Long story short, it was all a setup to try and get her, the blogger, and her friend, the jump off ex, on the show. Crazy. What else? She also posted this a while back. I mean, it's just so many receipts. You see all these wallow wenches had to do was take their giant L's last season, publicly apologize and humble themselves. But no, instead they plotted and planned during an entire pandemic, mind you, to try to destroy me, to try to make me look crazy, to try to discredit me and confuse the audience. They will not succeed. Once again, these girls came back to enforce another one of their comprehension deficient conversations. Once again, I never came with a bad attitude. I was extremely nice, patient, and accommodating. My back hurts. Stop effing with me. Ooh. I mean, really. We all see it. We all saw it. We all know what time it is. And they did. And she made a good point. throughout this very long, lengthy video, basically this episode was recorded when Malaysia and Kristen came over to talk to OG. That's on her IG as well. The tea, honey. And she made a very good point. What I was gonna say was when Evelyn called CC Ling Ling, which is a racial slur towards an Asian person, in particular Asian woman, and she called her a racist, CC. Evelyn immediately apologized on Instagram. She apologized to CC then. She apologized. OG never got an apology because they didn't think they was doing anything wrong. And, you know, that also just goes back to, you know, it's okay to disrespect black people. It's okay. It's okay to disrespect black women, you know, because, I mean, who really got our back anyway? It's black folks. It's okay. It's history behind that. It's comfortable to do that, you know. But she knew she was wrong for saying what she said about Cece. But, you know, nobody thought she was wrong about what she said about OG. Because, you know, and also OG seen as a stronger person, you know. Whatever I give you, you can take. It's fine, you know. God. So many double standards, so much hypocrisy, just so much. There's so much. Now, here's my whole thing with all this. OG done pretty much exposed all the reality shows, all the reality girls. And at this point, I'm just like, okay, well, what now? In the words of Rihanna, OG. Because after this season of Basketball Wives, they didn't even show, mind you, for the next episode of Basketball Wives, I have to review this episode that just went off. But for the next episode, you know, after whatever episode goes off, they show the scenes for the next episode. They didn't show the scenes. So is that it? Or what? Y'all done put OG out and our production done stopped? Because they kept rolling after Shawnee and Evelyn left. Because, you know, Shawnee and Evelyn ate the show anyway. And they, you know, especially Shawnee. Child, please, go on back to Houston. But, it's like, what now at this point? Because there's no way that you can remain on this show after pretty much exposing everybody, the whole team, the whole production team, everybody. Clearly, we see how they operate. So there's no reason for you to come back next season if there is a next season of Basketball Wives. I think this show is officially done. It has to be. But I thought that in the past. Y'all thought that in the past. That this show was done after whatever season. But it keeps coming back. Somehow. So I don't know, y'all. What y'all think? You know, I see now well, I think she was contractually obligated to come back, first of all, for this season. But also, they wanted her to come back to make her look crazy. And unfortunately, some people really do, because they don't take the time out to look in deep, and because all they need is one reason to dislike a person they didn't really care for anyway. A lot of people are just watching the show and how they're editing OG. They are making her look awful, completely, and unreasonable and mean and nasty and all the other kind of stuff. And some people who already had a bad taste in their mouth about OG, or who didn't want to like her from the beginning, they were just like, okay, yeah, I was right, da da da, not even knowing how they doing the girls, you know, really, behind the scenes. So, some people have been convinced that it's just OG that's the problem. But those of us that know better, you know. And unfortunately, all skin folks ain't kin folks, okay? If you know what I mean. Child. That skin is black, but that mind is white. Speaking of white, child, I didn't even realize I done had my shirt on the backwards all day, child. I don't know what day it be. I don't know what's happening, whatever. Happy birthday to Diana Ross. And at 12, it'll be the Queen birthday. Well, they're all queens. This is a diva month, honey. It will be, you know, my as far as females, my biggest musical inspiration, Mariah Carey. Anyway, what y'all think about this long video? What y'all think about OG constantly dropping receipts? Is there going to be another season of Basketball Wives? If there is, should OG return? Is she still on the contract to return next season? I just don't know. I just don't know I just don't know what more they can do. Really. OG done came in and shut the show down and gave the girls hell. As she should. But is this finna stop her checks? Is this finna stop everybody's checks? What y'all thinking? Let's just talk in the comment section, child. With that said, I'm Mr. Chalaki. Mr. Chalaki on Google Plus. Follow me at iskingzor on Instagram and Twitter. At iskingzor89 on Snapchat. Chase King on Facebook. Mr. Chalaki on Cash App and PayPal. And as always, run me my money, I run me my fade. Run me my money the way I get paid. Stay black, stay tuned. And I'll see you guys later.